Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I'm Justin Block, and as you can see, I've returned home. The past 2 weeks I've been on vacation. I've been to Toronto, then Miami right afterwards, and then Key West for a little while. But I'm finally back in the continental United States. So Liverpool already kicked off their season against Sunderland today. I'll be doing a separate video for that. But for this video, I just want to give a Liverpool 2011-2012 Premier League campaign preview. But before I get into the preview, I think we should review what Liverpool did during the summer. Now, the transfer window is still open for a couple more weeks, but let's just go over the signings that Liverpool have made thus far. The first signing was, of course, Jordan Henderson for £20 million for Sunderland, and I think he'll provide a great option on the right-hand side. He can also play sort of on the right-hand wing. He's a guy that's going to create a ton of goals for Liverpool. I think he was Sunderland's player of the season last year, great young talent, and he's a guy that's really going to create goals with his passing. Our next signing was Charlie Adam from Blackpool for, I believe, around, I think, £9 to £12 million in that range. And Charlie Adam takes over the role in midfield, sort of vacated by the departed Xabi Alonso of a couple seasons ago. Now, Liverpool never really replaced Xabi Alonso. Of course, Alonso was that deep line playmaking threat who could spread passes 30, 40 yards down the pitch with great accuracy. And that's what Charlie Adam does. He can really spread the ball around, great vision from the center of midfield, and I really look forward to him pairing with Lucas. Also, he's so deadly from free kicks and corners. He can put the ball in the nose wherever he wants in those spots, and Liverpool are going to get a lot of goals from his left foot. Our next signing was Stuart Downing for around £20 million. I'm not sure of the exact figure, but it was around that range, and he's a left-handed winger that came from Aston Villa. Now, Stuart Downing is the first true wide threat Liverpool have had since, I guess, maybe Ryan Babel, but really on the left-hand side, the first true wide threat that can really whip in crosses with a left foot from the left side since Albert Riera, and that was, 2 or 3 seasons ago. Stuart Downing is totally necessary to make Andy Carroll a more effective player. Of course, Andy Carroll is the kind of guy that likes to be in the box, get his head on the ball, and really connect on crosses, and Stuart Downing can provide great crossing ability from the left-hand side. I'm really looking forward to seeing him and Carroll link up a lot this season. Our next major signing, which just happened a couple days ago, was Jose Enrique, the left-back from Newcastle United, for around £6 million. Enrique was a very, very necessary signing. He's a good guy that can get forward, whip and crosses, has great crossing ability. And he's a real bullish defender in the final third. He will shove you off the ball and get those calls that you need. Now, our next signing that I think Liverpool are on the verge on is signing Gary Cahill from Bolton. I believe the fee would be £12 million plus David Ngog, which would meet Bolton's around £15 to £16 million valuation, and he would be an absolute great signing for Liverpool. As I've discussed in past videos, I think center back is a real need position for Liverpool right now. Jamie Carragher is getting much older. He's suffered from injuries the past couple seasons. Daniel Agger can never seem to stay healthy, I should say, for more than half a season, and Martin Skrtel's terribly, terribly consistent. I don't think any of us want Kyrgiakos on the field much this year. So it's very important to bring in a great new young center back, and Gary Cahill is just that. I believe Gary Cahill was Bolton's Premier League Player of the Season for the 2009-2010 campaign. He's a great, strong aerial center back that will push you off the ball. His positioning isn't always the greatest, but he will learn as he gets older. And he also has an eye for goal. Each of the past couple seasons, he's scored at least 3 goals. So if Liverpool can get Gary Cahill, that would really help shore up their defense. Now, looking to the actual squad we have now, I'm going to break it down third by third by third in terms of what Liverpool has. But before I get to that, let's just talk about Pepe Reina, goalkeeper. With the departure or the retirement of Edwin van der Sar, I believe Pepe Reina is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, bar none. His kicking ability is great, and he will save Liverpool many, many times this season. Right in front of him with the defense, again, it's an area that I think Liverpool is shaky on this season, and center back is definitely a position to watch, especially if Liverpool don't end up getting Cahill. But with the addition of Enrique, if Agger can maintain his health, and when Johnson comes back from injury, I think that could turn into a possible position of strength. And I think, moving on, I think the area that is undoubtedly Liverpool's strength is in the midfield. Liverpool has a surplus of midfielders right now. Proof of that was Aquilani didn't even make the squad against Sunderland after a great preseason. Liverpool is actually spoiled for death right now in midfield. Lucas is doing a great job in the holding midfield position with Spearing as his backup. I think Poulsen's actually about to leave. And across the board, you have Charlie Adam, who can pair up, again, be that deep line playmaker. Jordan Henderson, who can play on the right side. He can also play centrally. Stuart Downing, that great wing threat. Of course, the industrious Dirk Kuyt, who can really play, I guess, anywhere on the pitch except centrally. There's also Raul Meireles, who was actually Liverpool's most versatile player last season. And when Steven Gerrard gets back from injury, well, we all know he's Steven Gerrard. But looking in attack, Liverpool's 2 main strikers for this season will be Luis Suarez and Andy Carroll, and much of Liverpool's success will be determined of how those two link up. and how the chemistry works out between the two. I think Andy Carroll is in the position to become a world-class striker, and I think Luis Suarez has proved that he is a world-class striker. But behind Andy Carroll, there really isn't much to offer at the striking position. Dirk Kuyt can also play as a striker, but he isn't exactly the most technically brilliant guy that you would want out there if an injury happened to Carroll or Suarez. If Ngog indeed leaves, that could be more first-team opportunities for Danny Pacheco. I definitely want to see him in the side a lot more often. Or it could mean Liverpool is set to sign another striker, which we would of course welcome. But I think Liverpool's biggest problem this season, aside from trying to keep everybody healthy, which we all know throughout the Premier League campaign, it's always going to be a challenge. But like I said in the past, with all the new players in, especially in midfield, and the depth that's coming in defense, that should be a lot easier this year because Kenny Dalglish will be rotating players in and out of the starting squad to keep them fresh and keep them healthy. The past couple of seasons, the reason why Torres was always injured and Jarrod has always been injured is that they've been playing every single game, and you can't have that over these lengthy Premier League campaigns, especially when you're playing in 2 other domestic cups. Liverpool, thankfully, won't be playing in Europe this season. I say thankfully because that means Liverpool can concentrate in the Premier League, as well as try to keep guys healthy, because those Europa League campaigns are just so brutal. It takes such a toll on your squad. I think Kenny's biggest problem this season will be trying to find a correct shape for Liverpool. I think Liverpool lined up against Sunderland today in a 4-2-3-1 with Suarez in the hole, depending how you looked at it. But with all the midfielders, I think Liverpool is now 5, 6, 7 deep in midfield right now. It'll be a real challenge to see how Kenny will actually employ all those guys. I have the utmost confidence in Kenny, as every Liverpool fan should. He's a guy that will have creative lineups. I remember last season he was throwing out 5 midfield, 3 back lineups to try to accommodate all the injuries. So he has a creative mind, and he will satisfy every midfielder that Liverpool has. Looking toward the end of the season, I think it is a very real possibility to get back in the top 4. That is the stated goal for the season: get back in the top 4, get Champions League football. As for a title challenge, I don't think Liverpool are at that level yet. But if Carroll comes into his own and Suarez really dominates, none of us should really be surprised if Liverpool is sort of in the running to possibly pick up a 2nd place or the title by the end of the season. But realistically speaking, it will be a battle for 4th place, maybe 3rd place, but really 4th place the entire season. And if Liverpool don't get 4th place, I think it will be a massive disappointment, and the campaign will be deemed a failure. When any team goes out and signs £100 million worth of players in less than a year, I expect a top 4 finish the following season no matter what. So that's all for today of JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block. So here's to a great Liverpool campaign. I was so excited for the game today. Didn't end the way that we all wanted it. I'll be doing a video on that right now. Go buy Watch the Throne. We out ya.